studio. I'm glad you're here. If it's your first time, this is my tiny corner of the internet where I discuss my crafty life. Sometimes it's about knitting. Okay, mostly it's about knitting, but sometimes it's about weaving, spinning, sewing, or whatever, you know, fibery, crafty creating I'm up to at the moment. So grab yourself an ice cold drink and make yourself at home. This is my front porch. Don't be confused though. This is not an actual front porch. This is actually my crafting room, which is where I film my podcast. I don't actually have a front porch, so I talked about this back in episode 1, but I'll give you the long story short version kind of here. My current home doesn't have a front porch. It is my dream to someday have one, but I spent a lot of time on my Nana's front porch growing up, and it was the front porch that people would gather after Sunday dinner. Friends, family. It was my favorite day of the week, and my favorite time would be like after Sunday dinner when everybody would go to this beautiful large front porch that she would have. And it was full of family and friends, and like she'd often be crocheting. She's the first one who really taught me how to work with yarn. And so this channel and my crafting life is named in honor of her and her front porch. So, alright, so I can't believe that summer is finally winding down. So it's been a busy one for me. We kicked it off by seeing Taylor Swift in Philadelphia. And we went for Mother's Day, and it was absolutely it was just perfect. So, and in Northern Virginia, school goes well into June, so I was still teaching at that time. My kids were still busy in school, but once that was over, my mom, my daughter, and I, we all headed off to London, and we had a great time there with a few hiccups along the way. We spent about 9 days, and then we got back. My husband surprised us with yet another set of tickets to Taylor Swift, but this time in Kansas City with my sister-in-laws. So even more fun than the first time. So we got to go. And then I taught summer school, which was fun, but also very different from my usual teaching gig. So we just wrapped up July with a trip to Chicoteague Island to celebrate the end of summer school and kind of like the actual time for me to relax. But I'm busy packing today because is that enough travel for me? No. I'm going to Colorado. That's right. I'm going to visit my mom. And so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll be there for about a week. And we'll come back and do all of the doctor's appointments that I've procrastinated on all summer and take care of all of that. So, yeah. There we go. And that's it. So this is kind of it for a while before I head off back to school. While I've been traveling, I have done a lot. I have a lot of finished objects. Though, like, not very many, actually. I've finished a few. I've also started a lot. And some that are taking a lot more time to finish than other. But let's start and see what I've completed. Okay, so let's talk about my finished objects. Alright, so I'm going to start off here with this sweater. You can kind of see. I'll back up. This is the Brooklyn Raglan by Tori Yu. This is knit in Farmer Daughters Fibers Craggy Tweed in the color Monarch. So I think I started this back in February with and I was knitting pretty quickly on it, and then I got distracted by other projects, namely working on 2 shows, The Wizard of Oz and Mamma Mia. I was the director of Wizard of Oz, and I was co-director of Mamma Mia, so that was really busy. Took a lot of time, so I didn't quite get to finish this until April when those shows were over. So here we go. It was a bummer because it was already too warm to wear at the end of April. here in Northern Virginia. It's been pretty unseasonably hot earlier this year, so I haven't really gotten to any wear out of it. But it is beautiful. I'm very pleased with it. So, I'm trying to find it. Alright, so I actually played Yarn Chicken. I gave him a Yarn Chicken with a sweater and lost. My miscalculation was based on the fact that I made a modification to the sleeves. I made balloon sleeves where I just knitted a tube and then knit two together until they came together, and then did some ribbing at the bottom for about, I would say, an inch and a half. There, you can kind of, I think, see. It's really, you can kind of see where it changes, right? What's great is the texture of the sweater just makes it look like a tonal yarn. So it doesn't really impact my enjoying of this sweater. One of my favorite details on this sweater is the curvy hem. I don't know if you can kind of see that. On there, kind of curves. Very, very flattering. So this is the Brooklyn Raglan. Like I said, this is Farmer's Daughter Fibers, Craggy Tweed and Monarch, which I think they may have discontinued because I actually had to find the other skein at a yarn store somewhere. Like I said, I miscalculated when I altered the sleeves, but I used a US 5 because I'm a very loose knitter. Pattern actually calls for a US 6. I used a 5 on the main body and then a 3 on the ribbing. And like I said, I love the hem here, this like little curve that it gives. It's really hard to see. I wish I could show you this a little bit better, but it curves. On the bottom, it is a tubular cast on and bind off. I will tell you, her instructions for her tubular cast on, they are amazing. It was really helpful, and so I felt really confident in how this looked. So I absolutely love this sweater and can't wait to wear it this fall. So there you go. Lovely. Alright, and so, I'm gonna find a place to hang this. Alright, I'm not gonna hang it up. Alright, so, alright. My next one, sorry about the bag sounds there. My next one is my Elton. Put it on a hanger here. This is almost finished, but not quite, because I still need to block it and trim the ends. I did block the body, but not the sleeves or the neck. So this is the Elton. So you can see. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love this sweater so much. Oh, that's the back. There we go. Has 3/4 sleeves. Has this really lovely drop shoulder. You can see. So yeah, so this is a pattern by Hohi. I think I'm saying her name right. I hope so, because I get to meet her soon. Hohi, let me look up, I'm going to say this right, Locatelli. I used Magpie Fibers Solo Fingering in the color Dreamweaver, which is a normal color they have. But this spring they offered Feather, which is their mohair yarn, in this color, which they had never done before. And so I knew that I wanted this sweater in those two combinations. So it is also in Feather in Dreamweaver. Whew. Okay. But this pattern is so engaging and so fun. It's just wonderful. I loved knitting this pattern. It's very interesting, and I knit very, very quickly. I knit the size 3, and I used a US size 4 or 3.5 millimeter for the main body, and then a 2.5 or 3 millimeter needle for the ribbing, for like the neck and the sleeves and the bottom. But it drapes beautifully, and I really can't wait to wear it when it gets a little cooler. But I just need a block clip and wait for some cooler weather. Yeah. Alright, so that's it. Those are 2. I have 2. But 2 sweaters, I think that's pretty good, right? But let's talk about my whips problem, shall we? Alright, I have a few. Some are practically knitting themselves and others are slow going, but I will finish them. I will finish them. Alright, so I'm going to show you my first one. You ready? So the first one is here. Okay. This is, this is the start of a ranunculus. You see it? It's Magpie Fibers Swanky DK. You're going to hear a lot about Magpie Fibers today. I love their yarns. I'm not going to apologize for it. When they offered, hey, we're having a sale on one of a kind and we'll put the combinations together for you, those girls know what they're doing. So I let them pick some colors for me. But this is it. This is for the ranunculus. Very lovely. It's like an orchid color with like these like golden coppery hues on it. I really like it. So I think it's going to be quite lovely. I don't know what kind of sleeves I'm going to get on this. So, like I said, this is Magpie Fiber Swanky DK, which is a superwash merino wool. It's a one-of-a-kind skein. So I'm using 2 skeins, hoping that I have enough. Yarn chicken. I love to play. I love to play. So I don't know what kind of sleeves the sweater's going to have. It's going to have whatever sleeves I have enough yarn for. But it will be cropped in length. I think I have to, so that I can have something longer than just the sleeves that are already here. They're not my favorites. I don't think I look very nice in a short sleeve sweater, so I would really like to have 3/4 sleeves. So we'll see who wins, the yarn or me. We'll see. Alright, so let's see, what else was I gonna say? I'm looking at my notes if you're wondering what I keep looking down on, because I'm really bad about remembering to tell you guys stuff. So I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to improve. It's all about progress, not perfection. That's what they say anyway. Alright, so I think I'll make this about the length of the Elton. Maybe it may have to be shorter than that, like more cropped. And then I'll weigh what I have left and divide it in 2, and that's how I'll determine what kind of sleeves this sweater has. Alright, so there we go. My ranunculus. This is my first ranunculus, and people aren't lying. It does fly by, this sweater. It is a fast knit. Okay, so that is that one. We put that there. Alright, okay, so this one I think I filmed a video where I showed you the Brooklyn Raglan and this Soldotna. However, I never posted that video. I filmed it because I had to edit it, and I did edit it, and my daughter helped me, and then I kept procrastinating about typing in the show notes, and so it just never got uploaded. So this is technically episode 3, even though it's really 4, but it's 3 because it's the 3rd one I posted. Alright, so here we have the Soldotna. So there we have it. Looks, you say, oh, that looks like you're almost finished. Yes, yes it does. And no, it does not, because I don't like short sleeves on sweaters. So I'm knitting a 3/4 sleeve. This part of the sweater was so fast. I knit this so fast. And then I got here, and it is taking forever. I don't understand. I really don't. But I'm taking this to Colorado with me, and I will finish it. I will. So this is in a kit from our friends at Magpie Fibers. I got this at their sale last year. They have a sale twice a year, so I got it on the sale that happened in the beginning of June. And so this is what I got, was this kit. So colors that I think are very flattering on me with my hair and eye color, so I like it. It's a little bit more fitted, it's a little less ease, but I also know that it hasn't been blocked yet, and it's super washed, so I'm thinking it's gonna even out into what I want it to be. But there we go. So this is that. So let me talk to you about my Magpie problem. I might have a problem. So they make good yarns in really pretty colors, so I'm not gonna feel bad about that. The problem is, I live about 40 minutes away from their flagship store. It's almost, not quite, almost my closest yarn shop. So I buy a lot of their yarns. A lot of it. But anyway. So I spent a lot of time shopping there. And I won't apologize for it anymore. It's fine. I am a fan of their yarns. I do also buy from Farmer Daughters Fibers and Spin Cycle and other indie diners, and you'll see some others today that I also do. It just so happens that I have a pretty big Magpie stash right now, so, but I'm stashing down because I'm finishing objects. Alright, so there is the Soldatna. That's so close to being finished and needs to be finished. Okay? Alright. Okay. Not knitting itself. So this one, knit itself. Very, very easy until I get to the sleeves. Not knitting itself. I hope I brought it up here. Oh, I did. Yay. Okay. It's way in the bottom of my yarn bag, so give me a second while I pull it out. Okay, not knitting itself is this really lovely camisole number 7. Again, so close I can taste it. So close. So close. Isn't it pretty? Look at this. Can you see that color? I don't know how well it reads or not. Alright, so let me tell you about this one. So, I love this. I loved it from the moment I saw it on High Fiber Knits, and I was like, I want one of those. Because I could wear this tucked into a skirt with a little blazer over it and look super cute when school starts. That was my inspo. Anyway, alright, so this is Camellia Fiber Company in Flax Fingering, which is beautiful, and the color is Clay Dust, which is like this really kind of pinky off-white cream thing. So that's what this is. I'm really near the end, but the body is taking me so long. I'm done with the shaping, but now I just have to finish the body and bind off, and then block and weave in my ends. I feel like the reward is great if I just keep on it. So this is also coming with me to Colorado. This will be a lot of, I'm going to be knitting on my mom's porch project. So I'm going to put this back in the bag. Alright. Oh. Okay, I don't know what happened to this. But I'm thinking because I swatched this yarn and I know that it's somewhere. Maybe in my husband's car. Because I was going to show you the swatch, because I was considering this a whip because I swatched for it. But now I think it's just an acquisition. I also forgot to share with you my spinning info. Okay, it's okay. Just reorganizing the show a little bit as I go. Alright, so this is an acquisition now, not a whip. I did swatch for it. I did finally figure out what my gauge is going to be. But this yarn is going to be for Irene Lynn's Rototop. I'll be knitting the size 3. After swatching, that's what I've determined. So I've gone down a needle size. Still not quite getting gauge. I'm still like a stitch off. So I think by knitting the size 3, I'll get the ease I want still. So that's the one I'm going to do. This is Blue Sky Alpaca's Organic Cotton Worsted in Buttermint. I really love this color. It's like summer, right? Doesn't it look like summer? It's kind of cool and very minty, hence the name Buttermint. It does look like those like wedding mints that you get, the buttermints that you get when you go to weddings. It does look like those. So anyway, that's it. I ordered the yarn from Hill Country Weavers, and I was shocked. I ordered the yarn like on Wednesday morning, and it was here by Friday, so I could take on my trip and do my swatch. So that's what I did. That was some of the knitting I did on the road. So yeah, this is my first time working with Blue Sky alpaca yarn. I haven't blocked with it. I've only knitted 2 swatches with it, and I love it. This is like the softest, sweetest cotton. So I'm really, really happy with that. So I'm gonna skip ahead since I haven't talked to you about the spinning, and I have to go downstairs and grab the yarn I spun and the spool of singles that I want to talk to you as far as spinning works in progress. So we're just doing a little bit of reorganization of the show besides what I planned from my notes. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to pause this and actually no, scratch that. I'm going to talk to you about my new segment of the show called Frogs. Alright, so last year I showed you my June top, which I was making with Rowan cotton cashmere. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. You guys, I was to the end. All I had left was to stitch the straps together and do the I-cord edging. And I looked at this thing and was like, I don't love this. I don't love it at all. So you know what I did? I frogged it. I frogged it this morning. And so, hence we have a new segment because I have a lot of projects I need to frog. Called Frogs. I have no idea what this yarn will actually be now. I have 3 or 4 balls. I'll have to go and calculate the yardage I have once I wash it. But I have a few ideas. So, for example, I can do the Abydos top by Lily Kate. It's most that's the recommended yarn. Except I don't like the sleeves on the top. So I don't know if I could add some sleeves. Maybe that'd be a way that I could get away with that. But yeah, so that's kind of why I am unsure about doing that one. I could make a short sleeve ranunculus. I've seen a couple of those on Ravelry. I don't know if I really want to do that with this. But I could do another rift tee, but I also liked the ribbed tee. I think I like that one best, and I think that's what this is going to ultimately be. That way maybe I'll get a little bit of fall wear out of it, because it also looks like it would knit up really fast, and I like that idea. Alright, so I'm going to just pause this and go get the yarn that I spun and the spool so you can see my spinning FOs and my spinning whips. So just a second. I'm back. Sorry for the excursion. Alright, so this here is the finished spinning I did. Look at that. It's so pretty. I think this is the best yarn, most consistent anyway I've spun in a long time. I'm very pleased with this yarn. So let me talk to you a little bit about this one. So I gotta find my notes because I skipped over them. Alright. Okay, so I spun this on my eel wheel, which I got for Mother's Day at Maryland Sheep and Wool. I went to a demonstration. I've been wanting an electric wheel for a while. I wanted a fancy Hanson. But I spun on the eel wheel and I was like, this is easy. I like this. So I ended up getting it, and it didn't break my bank, or my husband's bank, since it was a gift, which probably made it easier for him to decide to give it to me for Mother's Day. Anyway, so here we go. This is Goosebumps. This is part of the Hello Yarn Fiber Club. This was March's color, which is a fractal spin. It's a 2-ply yarn. So it gives me very spin cycle-y vibes, which is what I was going for. Very much reminds me of the yarn that I used for my night shift shawl. So I love it. And I hope that this will make a Drea Renee DRK Everyday Cowl from Andrea Mowry. That's what I hope I have enough for, but I haven't measured it yet because I just pulled it from being washed and blocked. So there we go. It's very lovely. I'm very proud of it. But again, like if you look at my spinning from last year to this year, so much more consistent because I do it more often. So this is the only yarn I've actually finished. However, I have been spinning a lot. I'm very bummed that I just cannot take this with me on my trip. But again, let me scroll to my notes to see where I am. But okay, so I'm working on a spin for an Attune shawl. That is my goal. And so here's what I've spun so far. These are the singles that's going to go into a 2-ply. So you can see, you can't quite see all the colors, but there's like blues and grays and browns and greens and really pretty mustard yellows. These were some of my favorite club colorways that I've received. And so this is a combo spin. So I'll tell you, I haven't done a combo spin before, so that was the first bobbin. I have the fiber all prepped for the second bobbin right here, ready to go. Here you can see, and you can kind of see all the different colors that you can't see. There's some purples in there too. Really lovely colors together, and they're some of my favorite colorways. It is from Hello, so it's Hello Yarn and Nest Club colorways. I have 3 braids that I was using, so 2 of them were from Hello Yarns. It was the Telling Stories, and then I just read it over there, just Trinkets. So I used those 2 plus a Nest Fiber colorway, which was Meadow, and I'll talk to you kind of through what I did to like prep. So I took the 3 braids and I broke them into 3 sections, and then I think I separated them into 8 sections. And then, yeah, 8 sections, and then I broke them into 3 each vertically. So horizontally, I split them until I had 8 pieces on the one braid, and then I took each of those sections and broke them vertically 3, or drafted them into 3 different ones. And then I put them all in this basket that you see right here. I just dumped them all in, and then counted how many I had. Actually, really, I didn't count them. I did a little bit of math for how I separated the 3 braids to get, and I think I had 72, which meant since I was doing 2-ply, I would use 36. So I pulled 36, and then I mixed them all up, pulled 36, and separated the other 36, and so this is the first 36 bumps of fiber and the spool I made. So I still have another spool to start spinning, and I haven't started that yet, but I'll do that when I get back from Colorado. And ultimately, like I said, this is going to be an Attune shawl, which is a pattern by Andrea Mowry that she did for Handspun. So I'm going to be doing that. And then the border, I'm hoping I can get enough out of this bit of merino and yak that I have together. So I'm hoping that this will make quite a lovely shawl. But I think the gray border with the earthy tones would be really, really charming, and so that's what I'm going to do. Otherwise, I'll check and see if I have enough cream, and maybe I'll do cream, but we'll see. But I really like the idea of gray with that yellow. So, and the cool tones that are in that. Alright, so that was pretty much what I planned for spinning-wise. So now I get to talk to you a little bit about acquisitions. And so I know not everybody's in that, so I'm going to talk about the big ones. So acquisition number 1 is that I'm going to take a class at Magpie Fibers, yes, you guessed it, with none other than Holhi Locatelli. So yeah, so I'm excited to meet her and to get to learn a little bit about her methods and how to modify patterns for fit. So the only thing I can't decide is if I should wear my Elton sweater or not. So you should comment below and tell me if you think it would be weird for me to wear my Elton sweater to meet her. Is that a little too fangirly? I don't know, you're just gonna have to tell me. I may do it anyway. But yeah, so that's acquisition number 1. I was waitlisted, and then they emailed me a couple weeks ago and said, we have a spot, do you want it? And I was like, yes. So I have to go work a little bit early to get there, but I'm excited to do that. And then, so, I went to London, as I told you. I really don't want to open this, but I think I might too for you. So I went to London, and one of the places I got to go to was Loop London. And I picked up a kit from them, an exclusive kit from them. It comes with this really sweet bag. So this is the canvas bag. But also, these yarns. There's pink in here too. I got the pink ones. You can see how lovely these are. Aren't those lovely? So you're probably wondering, what is this kit going to be? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. By the way, this is Knit by Numbers, double knit, by John Arvin Textiles. So, and it's a really nice wool, and it is going to make this. This is called Dreaming of Butterflies. Let me see if I can get you a better picture of this. Look at those. So that's what it's going to make. I'm very excited. This is my souvenir, and I really think that this is really going to be like one of those heirloom pieces. So I will probably spend years knitting it, but I'm very excited. It is a fingering weight yarn, so it will take a long time. This is 100% pure Falklands merino wool. Look at that color. It's so pretty. And brown. And then this green. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. So I know it's one of those pieces that's going to challenge me, but also I'm really, really stoked about it. And also, look at the bag, you guys. Isn't that a pretty butterfly? Isn't that pretty? So, yeah. I would love to use this for a project bag, but I think that this is not big enough to hold. But this is going to be it. But there we go. So there is. So, yeah. Alright, and then one last one that I'm excited to show you is that I scored a tessellated pullover kit from Farmer's Daughter Fibers. I'll show you in just a second. I can get this sealed. Sorry. Alright. So there's that one. Alright. So here we have the Spinster's Daughter. So these were exclusive ones that were made for this pullover. These were Andrea's choice. This is exactly what you see in the picture of the pullover are these yarns. So this one right here is Odang, which I have not worked with, but I hear amazing things about. This is Clay Dreaming. It's super soft. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so soft. This is amazing. Which is a Surrey alpaca. It is a, let's see, I can't read any of this. It is silk and Surrey alpaca. So it has a silk core. And then from Spin Cycle, this one is Every Rose, which makes me think of that Poison song. Every rose has its thorn. That's probably what it's named after. Sorry about all this like noise I'm making. Also, I like to keep my stuff plugged up because often there are little insects in Northern Virginia at this time of year that like to eat my stuff. So better safe than sorry. And then, ooh, where's the green? It was right in front of my face. All right. So here we go. And this is the Spinster's Daughter, which they made with a collaboration with Spin Cycle. This feels amazing. It really does. This is Sport Rate. It's 100% superwashed American wool. It feels really, really nice. So, and they sent me a cool sticker. Look at that. And some cards. And stuff. So there we have it. So, yeah. I think that's it that I wanted to show you. Alright, so there we go. I am aiming for monthly posts, even if there's not, there's a lot going on. I think I can do that. But please do me a favor. If you liked any of this and potentially want to watch more of me, please subscribe. If subscriptions aren't your thing, but you enjoyed your time with me, go ahead and let me know by liking this video, and leave a comment. The idea of Front Porch is like being a part of a community, so let me know, what you're knitting and what you'd like to hear more about, or, if it would be weird or flattering for me to wear the Elton pullover to Magpie fibers for my class this month. I'd love to hear your opinion. Okay, so that's all I have for you. I hope you find some time to make and create this week and fill your cup, and thanks for stopping by. See you next time.